All right, so we have a machine here. So the record heads come to this connector, so you can replace the record heads here anytime you want to. And then they come out on the bottom here, and it's potted in this silicone glue. And then it comes across with these 4 wires here. So these are the 4 reed heads, or the 4 tracks, I should say. There's also an extra 2 wires, so I'm not quite sure what those do. I'm sure one's a ground, but there's actually 3 more wires. 2 are twisted and 1 is single, so I don't know exactly what that is. So I'll have to investigate that a little more. But what I want to do, now that I can spin the motor, I want to take a look at if there's any data coming out of the reed heads here. Okay, so when you need a circuit, you go to the big book here. I showed this before. This is my big giant 2,000-page book on circuits. But if we go alphabetically here and we go to T, S, T, tape recorder circuits. Perfect. We have tape recorder circuits. All right, chapter 89, tape recorder circuits. And what we want is something like this. Well, here's a fancy one. All right. So this one has a reed head here, and it goes into an amplifier, and that amplifier goes into a buffer, second amplifier. So this amplifier has kind of a lower gain, and this one has a higher gain, and then goes into this, which is kind of weird. So I don't want that one. I don't want that one. Ah, here we go. Here's a better one. Okay, perfect. Yeah, this one's better. NAB playback preamp provides the standard NAB equalization for tape player recording requiring a 0.5 volt RMS, blah, 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 blah. All right, so the recording head, the playback head, is capacitively coupled into a non-inverting amplifier circuit with a little bit of, how to explain it? Instead of a linear gain, it's going to have a couple stair steps. So various frequencies will be compensated differently. So we could build one of those. That would work good. This is 0.5 volt output. Okay, I could see that easily. Here's another one. Looks almost the same. Let's see if we can find anything else in here. Here's another one. Looks like basically the same thing, but no equalization or anything around it. Just a buffer made for automotive use. Okay, whatever. What else we got in this book? Yeah, here's another one. Looks pretty much the same with some different equalization nab. Another nab circuit. So anyway, I think one of those nab circuits would be the place to start. And I'm not going to even worry about equalization yet. I just want some gain. All I want is some gain so that I can see some stuff. So this has a gain of about 4. That's not very much. Unless it's AC gain. Oh yeah, 90, wait, that can't be right. 90 microfarads? Yeah, 88. So this is going to have like a gain of, I don't know, 80 or something. Pretty high gain. So I think what I'll do is I'll just make a circuit with a gain of 100. And I'll just use the idea of that you just ground one pin and then you just AC couple it into a non-inverting amplifier, single-ended. Yeah, everything should be fine. So be easy to do. So that's what I am going to do. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of all of this wild, wacky wires here because they're just getting in the way and I don't need them and I can't wire to them anyway, and everybody's going to go, no, 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 don't do that. Well, it's mine and I'm going to do it. I am just going to separate them from this connector. There we go. Now it's much more manageable. I can just pull these off to the side and go from there. So yeah, are these guys little coaxes? How are these made? Yeah, I think they're little coaxes. Let's see here with that magnifying glass. Well, it's still kind of hard to tell. If I can strip one back, see what's going on. Well, there we go. Yeah, it looks like a wire with a foil wrap around it. So center conductor and the foil wrap around it. So these are obviously the heads here. So I'll just wire them out, put them on the board, and I'll just put a little jumper block on it so I can select 1, 2, 3, or 4. And I don't know what these wires are. See, these two are twisted together. And this guy's all by himself. Probably a shield wire. I imagine this is just the ground. But what would the other two be? To be or not to be? I don't know. No, we'll figure it out. So I'm going to start building a little prototype board that attaches this thing. I'll bring out the motor and the tachometer, and we can monitor the tachometer. It should be an inductive tachometer. It'll put out an AC signal as it spins around. And I think generally what you do is you rectify that AC that comes out, and you look at the voltage. This is whatever the frequency or the RPM of the motor outputs a certain level of frequency voltage. So we can just monitor that and see if it's working. But I think that's all we're going to need to do. Start building a little board with a gain 100 amplifier and see if I can't hear anything on this thing. I'll just bring that out to a 1/4-inch plug, and then we can run it into my amplifier on my stereo here so we can listen to it. And we can all enjoy it if there's anything on there. It might be a data recorder. I still don't know if it's voice or data or whatever. It's got something on it.